All right, back today, day 2 of this project of building this little shed, mini garage, animal shelter. That's what I'm going to use it for, whatever you want to call it. Because me and my daughter are actually talking about, we might actually make a couple of these, put along here to put all their bikes and toys and stuff like that under. Keep them out of the rain. I mean, they that hurt them to be in the rain, but it's just nice not to have them in the rain. I could even run an outlet over here, put their power wheels under there, because it's going to keep off 90% of the water. All of our wind comes from this side. So, you know, the back side of this, that's going to be covered. So as far as like having that actually out of the rain area, it's going to be, it'll work. Anyways, what I want to show you over here is these are the 12-foot sheets from previous projects I've had. I'm cutting these up and using them. This will hopefully be their final home. And this is the big thing I wanted to point out, is this little clipper here. I think this thing's 40 or 60 bucks. I'll put a link. It might be more now. I bought it a while back. Awesome little thing if you're ever going to be cutting metal and you don't want to go and spend a bunch of money on an independent one. This is just a regular Impact DeWalt, and I think it even tells. It's got the little bar here, clamps on. This thing even, you can turn it to change your angle. There it goes. So if this is in the way, you could actually turn that and zip through it sideways. It works really good on this. This stuff, it cuts the metal just fine. Those ridges can be kind of, because you got to kind of, you know, go along with the ridges, can be kind of a pain in the butt. But like I said, the fact that this turns makes it a lot nicer. I know Harbor Freight has one, like a tool made with just this on it kind of thing. I don't know exactly how much they are. Maybe I'll put a link here. My brother-in-law had one. He let me borrow it. I went back to using this when I was cutting the thicker metal last time, just because this was a lot more versatile. I'll get a clip real quick of me cutting this. But yeah, just measure it. I put my angle, you know, my little square, not triangle, as my daughter liked to call it. Square on there with the ruler, drew my line, and I'll just zip right through that and get this thing tacked up. And the other thing that I have kind of decided I'm going to do, because I plan on picking this up with my forks of my tractor, not only putting it where it's going right now, but also in the future. So I'm going to come under here a little bit over, a little bit just past halfway, and I'm going to put another 2x4 on the bottom here. That way when I come in with my forks, they're going to have something to come in and lean against, and I'll show that here in a bit. But I think that would be really nice. Plus, if I want to throw a rope over it, hang a feeder under here, hang a light, hang anything, that's an option. Like I said, if you wanted to use something small like this for a shed, price is really cheap. And then you could always add a door if you wanted to, one of those little, you know, a sliding door. Get one of those track systems and build like a sliding door on it or whatever. But like I said, this is for ideas. Definitely, I do think a big thing is if you're not going to have a perfect level spot, don't forget to raise that. Don't set it all the way on the ground, because that's always caused me issues. So I'm going to finish cutting this stuff. I'll show you what it looks like real quick, and then hopefully we'll be back here shortly with the finished project. I'm finally done, and that's our end result. A gap on the bottom, like I said, I think that would be good. You know, full-grown animals aren't going to really squeeze through there. Plus, you got to remember, I'm going to put, you know, 5 or 6 inches of straw, hay, whatever, bedding in there too. Get out of that sun. This board here, I just tacked that up. It's just got 3 screws, one in each of these, and that way when I come in with my forks, come in here, I'm gonna, you know, I can come around here and it's gonna set on this. as opposed to hitting this board, potentially popping the roof, messing that up. We're gonna have that. And then all 3 of these are actually gonna be holding it in. If I'd done that prior, I could have, you know, there's not much of a lip. You can see right there, maybe. Get the focus. There's barely a lip right there. Yeah, I know, I missed those 2 screws. I put more in there, or nails. See, 4 nails, we're good. Anyways, barely a lip in here. So, like I said, that's gonna give those forks a place to pick up on, to pick this up. Also, because where I didn't butt these up together, I left them here, you know, just at the end, so this sticks out. So our depth from here to the actual back wall is I think it was 53 inches. It's just over 48 inches, because you're going to add this, and my forks are 48 inches. Most forks are, you know, 36 or 48 inches. So there should be no reason that we hit that back wall. You know, when the rest of the back of the forklift comes and hits, these should be just solid enough, so we'll be able to pick this thing up and actually get a good bite to take it where we want. And I'm kind of happy with that. Overall weight of this thing, it is pretty heavy. I don't think there's going to be an issue, especially with that back wall being against the windward side. But if I wanted to, it would be nothing, like I said, to put, you know, an eyelet in here, run one of those ground anchors to the ground, put a chain on it, one on each side, and that's going to keep this thing very firmly mounted. One thing I want to point out in doing these kind of projects, especially if you have, say you don't have a garage, a big garage or something, but you got a blacktop or gravel, or not gravel, concrete driveway. These little carts are amazing for project carts. Just put all your tools on there. They're all in one spot. You can wheel them back, put them away. If you're tired at the end of the day, or you haven't finished, you just leave them there, not out in the driveway. Put them, wheel the cart in, leave them on the cart, and then you got all your stuff for the next day ready to go. And then also, if, like I said, if it's in the day and you're tired, you don't want to put it away, leave all the stuff there, and then when you come back, take it all. That's where you put it up from. But anyways, cutting went good. I think everything turned out pretty good. It's not perfect, all the metal's repurposed. If that back gives me any trouble, you can see where this is all crinkled up. I mean, we got this thing coming in. That one's bowing out. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but if it is, just put a piece of 2x4, treated 2x4 from there, run to the bottom, put some screws in there. It's no big deal. Like I said, my lean-to over here, I did the same thing. Those are 10-foot gaps, actually. And this is only 8. And I've had no problems with those. And they were even the same kind of material. They're better of the group, but same stuff. So, next, I'm going to clean all this up, get it out of the way. I'll set the camera up. We'll lift it up with what's that thing called? The forklift, or the forks on the tractor, and go from there. Well, there we go. Looks good. I think it's going to do them good. And, sturdy. It's pretty sturdy. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Like I said, I'm going to put some bedding in there. If I wanted to, I could hang a feeder, a light, things like that. There's a lot of things you can do. And so far the price has come to right at $350 for the price. And that's using this correlated stuff. That's getting it at Lowe's. It's a 12-foot panels around $31 right now. So just under $200 for the metal, right at $100 for the wood. But then you're gonna need the screws and possibly some other stuff. It just, depending on your own accord. I did have one board left over after it all, but you could also use that board for, doing some angle bracings on the front side, since we don't have the bar on the bottom. So it wouldn't be a bad idea. Plus, it's always good to have at least, one extra board of each. I think I might have bought an extra one of these. No, I didn't. None of this, but I mean, I got more here. So keep that in mind. I'd always buy one extra board than you're going to need. And then, like I said, I'll do the cut sheet. I'll put it in the description for exactly how many and stuff. And the other thing is, too, if you did want to make this same thing just deeper, I mean, you could just do the bottoms, do 8-footers on there, and then 8x8. Now, granted, that's going to increase the cost, but not by, I don't think it'd be anything crazy. You know, you're going to have to get more metal. That's where a lot of it is. And definitely check out and see if you can find that metal somewhere else locally that will cut it cheaper. Because the good stuff that I used up here that I had scrap, you know, that stuff, I think it's, what am I paying? I can't even remember. But it's half the price of Lowe's. I think theirs was at one point was like $50 for a 12-foot sheet. And I was getting it for $25. Now unpainted and stuff like that. But it's a goat house. Who cares? Or a dog house, or a little shed in the back, or whatever it is, garden shed. You get what I'm saying. Price is all going to be, but $350 just under for 6 foot tall. And you know, I'm 5'9". I can get under here. Am I gonna, you know, I can stand upright like this in between the rafters. Yeah, I could hit my head and stuff, but it's not uncomfortable to come under here, even if I got to squat. I think I might use a similar design to this for a hunting shed. Just as far as, you know, the 6 foot tall, framing it out, putting some metal on it, leaving some metal open. But that's for another video on a later date. So like, share, and subscribe. Have a good one. And hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some good ideas from this little thing.